Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Viking Size Gamer, and today we have some more Wwe 2K18 news. I know that you guys will probably have heard all of this already. It's a bit late, and the reason for this being a bit late is because I have actually been on holiday with my wife, and I've had an amazing time, so it's been really good for me. Unfortunately, that's why I'm bringing you this a bit late. But still, why don't we just jump straight into it? So, at the moment, as you've probably seen, there have been quite a few leaks over the weekend, which is typical for me to completely miss out on it. One thing that we've heard, apparently rumoured, but it was on their website, was that a website called Libro, which is a company over in Austria, have put up Wwe 2K18 on their website as a pre-order, and it was pre-ordered for PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. And they all said available from the 31st of October this year. Now, whether or not this is because 2K saw that this leak had happened and they told them to pull it down because it was way too early for this sort of thing to be let go, or because they just got it wrong, we're not quite sure. All I probably know is that this sort of thing does happen, and it has happened before. I have been keeping my eyes on places like GameStop and Game and various other websites like Amazon, just to see if I could get any glimpses of pre-orders coming out before they announced it, because sometimes these retailers do bungle. So really, I am leaning towards the idea that this is actually probably real. More than likely, it's going to come out on the Switch, and it's going to come out on the 31st. Now, I told you guys that more than likely they were going to be pushing back the release date this year, like they did for 2K16, and that's because, well, looking at Wwe 2K17, when they did the early release, there was still quite a lot to patch, so those extra few weeks will hopefully give them the ability to fine-tune the things that they need to get rid of and sort all that out. This is obviously a massive piece of news because we've all been waiting for somebody or something or some sort of confirmation, and it seems like Libro have kind of sprung the leak, which is really sad for 2K, because I'm sure they were looking forward to announcing this for not only PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, but also on Nintendo Switch. This is a big move for these guys. I know you guys are all excited because some of you are going to be buying Nintendo Switches and some of you are not. Some of you are just going to be looking forward to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. But also a big thing for this is that if this is true, then the PC version will also be coming out at the same time. And obviously this is really good for the people who do play WWE games on the PC, because you guys unfortunately have been left out, and that basically means that you haven't been able to play the game from day one because you've been waiting for them to port it over to the PC. But if this is true, and it more than likely is, that means that they will be putting it out on the same day, releasing it with the other consoles, which is absolutely fantastic news for you guys playing on the PC. Personally, I'm a PlayStation 4 gamer, so I win either way, it doesn't really matter, but I'm glad that the PC gamers will be winning for this as well. And it's also the Nintendo Switch guys, because it's a new console and you guys need some good games out there, and hopefully the Switch will offer you some decent gameplay for it as well. The other news for this, it seems like more and more likely that it won't be coming out for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. This isn't me saying that it's definitely not going to be coming out on those consoles, it's just going on what the information leaked has said. And the fact that they haven't put it on there as anything else but current gen PC and Nintendo Switch, that's kind of big news. Really, they should be looking at putting it on the older consoles as well, because that is still a viable source of money. They are still making a bit of money on the old consoles, and it's not like they can't just update the roster for the guys again like they have done in previous versions. But if they do drop it, then I'm sorry guys, I didn't want to say that it was true, but this is something that generally happens in business, and it's really sad, but hopefully you guys aren't going to be affected by this, and it will just proceed as normal and come out on last gen. The other thing is that apparently, as I've said before, I was hoping for this for a little while, is that the UK guys, at least a few of them, have been scanned, and they were scanned at WrestleMania, and I was really hoping that they would be scanned, and that was because generally at WrestleMania, that is when they do a lot of the scans, because obviously they're going to have a lot of the talent there. So when we saw Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, Wolfgang, Trent Seven there, actually watching WrestleMania and NXT TakeOver, that was what I was really looking forward to, is knowing that because they're there, they are more than likely going to be scanned. We'll probably end up seeing those guys in DLC. There probably will be a UK Championship DLC or something like that. More than likely, you won't be seeing them on the disc, because that's just the way it goes, guys. I don't think they'll probably put them on the disc for those reasons. The other great news is that it looks like they will be opening up and redoing the backstage areas, possibly adding a new one on, whether it's a car park area or another section within the crowd. We'll just have to wait and see, but it says they will be looking at new oh my god moments for those areas, which is something they really had to work on before, because although it was amazing having those backstage areas, it didn't really compete with the old SmackDown vs Raw areas. Some of those areas were absolutely amazing. The fact you could fight in the boiler rooms, in the car parks, some in bars, some in backstage areas, some of the actual areas around the ring, there was more than just the one as well. So really, this is good news, because just having that backstage area could get boring quite quickly, and seeing the same OMG moments over and over again, it could get a bit repetitive, but it's great that they are opening up these avenues and adding more to the game. It's exactly what we wanted to see. So I'm very, very excited for these sorts of things to be coming out. The other great news is that they will be looking at showing something from Wwe 2K18 on Thursday. So I'm very, very excited for that. I know you guys are. As I've said before, they've got a whole hour at E3 on the 2K bit just to show what they got. Whether it's gameplay or whether it's just a cover reveal or whether it's Q&A, nobody's sure at the moment. Everybody's just waiting in anticipation for something to be shown, so we're not 100% sure what they're going to be doing there. You may get the cover star there, you may have him talking, you may see some new features, they may release a trailer, they may even have an extended trailer, but I have a feeling because it's going to be quite a long session, because it's an hour long, it might not just cover WWE 2K18, it may also cover some other aspect of WWE games. So you may see something from possibly Supercard, you may see a new All-Stars game. Alternatively, it could just be that they are showing a hell of a lot of features for WWE 2K18, because they may have been working on quite a lot of these things in the background. You may see them show something else that they might not have on there that you've never seen before. You may get Paul Heyman there with Brock Lesnar, who might be talking about the game. You can't really say what they're going to have. As I said, last year they just had a guy sitting in a corner and he was painting a mural, and that's great and everything, but you wouldn't schedule an hour for a guy to just sit there and paint a mural. No, this is for them to talk about the game. So this is quite big. They obviously know the fan base is huge for WWE games, and it's not massive. It's not like NBA massive, because obviously that is a huge franchise, but WWE is massive in its own rights. So really, they'll be looking at making this probably the best WWE game that has been out for a long time, and I'm seriously looking forward to it, and I know you guys will be too. Well, that's it for today. Hopefully you guys wouldn't have heard some of that news, maybe you've heard all of it, maybe it's just nice to hear it from somebody else's voice, who knows. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more WWE 2K18 news. Also, don't forget to like more WWE 2K17 content as well, because we are looking at starting something up that I will be announcing in the next few days. Hopefully you'll be able to catch me there. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter as Viking Size Gamer, and thank you for watching. I'll catch you later, guys.